Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakodash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone at Woolwell, and Shalom unto the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. Give me a second. I always forget to do this. There we go. Yeah, once again, Shalom unto the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. I'm the brother Kalab from the GMS UK London Forecasters Camp, coming back at you with another lesson to edify those of which I spoke of. So, I was just on Google and I was thinking about people with blue eyes. So I typed in a question into Google. What was the question I asked? The question is, are blue eyes more sensitive to light? And this is the answer from Google. It says individuals with lighter eye colors like blue or green tend to have greater sensitivity to sunlight. This heightened sensitivity doesn't only affect your visual comfort, but can also have implications for your long-term eye health. So, having blue eyes is actually recessive. It's not actually conducive to good health. Let's see this thing here. It says, protecting blue eyes from the sun's rays. What makes blue eyes unique? Less melanin, lower levels of natural sun protection, more sensitive to light. Risks of sun exposure, molecular degeneration, cataracts, photokeratitis, eye sunburn. There you go. So people with blue eyes lack melanin in their eyes, and people with brown eyes have melanin in their eyes. Your sun protective arsenal: sunglasses with 100% UV protection, wide-brimmed hats, sitting in the shade. So we can see where this is going, right? Let's get a little bit more information. See, they got some Edomite blue eyes there. There you go. More melanin equals more light absorbed equals less sensitive to light. Less melanin equals less light is absorbed and more sensitive to light. Let's see what else we've got here. Which eye color is the most sensitive to light? Blue. Generally speaking, patients with lighter color irises, such as blue or grey, experience more light sensitivity than someone with brown eyes. The density of pigment in light eyes is less than that of a darker colored iris. When light hits darker colored irises, the light density in pigment blocks the light rays. What are the advantages of blue eyes? People with blue eyes have better sight in dim conditions than those with brown eyes. I call bullshit on that. According to LJMU research reported in New Scientist. Yeah, New Scientist is going to push that white supremacy, isn't it? The theory could explain why the colours persisted in certain populations, for example, in Northern Europe where skies are darker. No, the reason why these colours persisted is because of the curse that was put upon Esau, which I'll get into in a moment. Is the sun harder on people with blue eyes? People with blue eyes are more sensitive to sunlight because their eyes have a lower level of melanin, a natural pigment that can protect from the sun's harmful rays. Just like pale skin, sunlight hurts pale blue eyes and is less harmful to darker eyes with more melanin. There you go. Which eye color is the safest? The eye color that is the healthiest may be brown, as darker colored irises are posted to have more health advantages according to the Envision centers. Darker colored eyes are more capable of obstructing ultraviolet light from entering into the eyes, according to the American Optometric Association. What ethnicity has the most blue eyes? The most blue-eyed are those in Europe, there you go, and in northern Eastern Europe, particularly in some countries, including Estonia, Finland, and Iceland. Over 80% of the population is blue-eyed. It is also very very common in countries like Germany or Ireland. Alright, so there you go. Do blue eyes need sunglasses more? In fact, the top layer of blue iris doesn't contain any pigment at all. The lack of pigment is the reason why blue-eyed people may be more sensitive to bright light and have greater need to wear sunglasses than their brown-eyed counterparts. So let's go to the scriptures, right? If we go to Genesis, the 4th chapter. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very, very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with his brother Abel his brother, and it came to pass that when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What is this that thou hast done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. So that mark that was set upon Cain was the mark of leprosy. Yeah? Leprosy, according to the Bible, is where you lack pigmentation in your skin. You've got no melanin. Therefore, your blood shows forth through your skin, which is why the so-called white people on the face of the earth today, they're not white at all. They're actually red, and they're actually, for the most part, the descendants of the man in the Bible named Esau, who we're going to speak about next, because Esau was Cain in his reincarnation. So Genesis 25. If we go to this is Genesis 25 and 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister to Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. Meaning she went to see a prophet, or in those days they were called seers. And the Lord said unto her, through the mouth of the seer, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So everything I read there about the negative disadvantages of having blue eyes all goes back to this chapter here. So it says, and when their days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, because back in those days they had garments that were dyed red. But Esau wasn't a furry baby or a hairy baby. He became hairy in later life. But when he came out, he was, smooth skin like any other baby. The only thing is that he had the curse of leprosy upon him, because that was Cain coming back in the reincarnation. And that mark that was set upon Cain was the mark to show you who this guy is. So, he came back with that as a clean leper, as they say. He had leprosy, biblical leprosy. And they called his name Esau, which means wasted away is he. Yeah. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob. And if you notice, it doesn't mention Jacob's complexion, because Jacob came out normal in comparison to Esau, who came out with biblical leprosy out of his mother's womb, which is why it was shocking to Isaac, which is why his name was called Esau, which is wasted away as he. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him, meaning he was 60, because a score is 20. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. Now, the point of me reading this is because in Genesis 25 and 23 it says, "And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger." So it's biblical prophecy that Esau is eventually going to have to serve his brother Jacob. But for right now, pertaining to Job 9 and verse 24, and also pertaining to the blessing that Esau received from his father Isaac, Esau is in control of the world right now. But as we know in 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 9, it tells us that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we are at the end of Esau's rulership, Esau's kingdom, Esau's dominion, and we're about to enter the time when Jacob is going to have his everlasting kingdom, which is going to be ruled by Yahushua and King David. Yahushua being the one that the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahushua, and he's a dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah. And also King David is going to be back on his throne too. And the Israelites are going to rule with an everlasting kingdom. Now, even in our lowest state right now, we are still stronger than the Edomites physically. And everything I said about the disadvantages of having blue eyes proves it. Because, Esau for a long time has used scientific racism to try and downplay the benefits of having dark skin or woolly textured hair. But now the truth is coming out on his ass, and he can't hide it. And this basically proves that the Bible is true. Two nations were in Rebekah's room, and 2 manner of people would be separated. And it was said that one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. So that people who were stronger than the other is Jacob. We're biologically stronger, mentally stronger, spiritually stronger. We're stronger in every sense than Esau. The only thing Esau's stronger in is his blessing, which is that of the sword, his weaponry and his technology, which was given unto him by the Lord, because that weaponry and technology is what the Lord is going to use to destroy Esau. The weapons of the Lord's indignation, which is those intercontinental ballistic missiles, were given unto Esau for his own destruction. See, so the Most High is not a power to be played with, and he's got everything set up for Esau's downfall. And all we have to do, is keep prophesying and watch it play out, because it is indeed playing out, and the truth is being brought out on these devils that they ain't shit. They're the basest of all men, pertaining to Job, the 30th chapter. So Lord willing, that was an edifying little quick hit lesson. So with that, I want to once again give all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Hakodash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and Shalom unto the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. And I will catch you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Shalom for now.